Hello, my name's Sheridan Marshall and this is a recording of my translation of Necati Öziri's VATERMAL, published by Ullstein in 2023. The recording is taken from the beginning of the novel. If you are reading this, Dad, and I pause here already, should I really call you that? I know that Aylin calls you that when she talks about you. Only very rarely. Don't get any ideas now. But unlike me, you let Aylin swing between you laughing, you holding one hand and Mum the other, and then up. And just as she still has this memory, Aylin also still has the word Dad from this time. It is different for me. I have often tried it out. Dad, Father, Baba. Saying the word is really not so difficult, only after that it doesn't go any further. Even stranger than saying Dad is hearing myself say it. It sounds like a foreign word that I have picked up or read somewhere. When I use it, it is as though I am acting. How do you say Dad without there being an audible question mark? I am sticking with Metin until I have an answer. So, if you are reading this, Metin, I will probably be dead. I have often imagined what it would be like to find out that you have died. Don't get me wrong, I have not wished you dead. I do not believe that you are a bad person. On the contrary, you have probably become the most gentle, loving father in the world after being in prison. I am sure you come home after work late in the evening and your second wife is already lying on her side of the bed. She wears pink satin pyjamas like the ones you once gave Mum for her birthday, even though there was absolutely no money for things like that. This is also a story I know from Aylin. Maybe your second wife is flicking through a magazine with pictures of expensive furniture, a cucumber mask on her face, her hair wrapped in a towel. She hears your key turning in the lock, the moment she has been waiting for all evening. A glance at the clock, later than usual, she thinks, and remembers how hard you work every day. She knows nothing of your life before prison, of the life in Germany. She doesn't know that you work so much, coming straight home afterwards and not to the tea house, because you don't want to screw up your second life like you did the first. So you enter your flat, a stressful day. The office phone is still ringing in your head. You close the door behind you gently. You don't want anyone to hear you. You hang your coat carefully over the other jackets and put your shoes next to those stupid dinosaur wellies that all the rich kids have. You enter your new flat as quietly as you left ours back then, when you sneaked out of my mother's bed in the night. A note from your new wife on the kitchen table. There are manti in the microwave, yogurt in the fridge. Be honest, Metin, she can't cook, can she? Of course not. You would not love a woman who found her fulfillment in the kitchen. She would remind you too much of your mother. You would feel too much like your father, the general, who also wanted to make you into a general, before you became a leftist. And because your wife can't cook, you had a quick kebab on your way home at your old revolutionary pal, Serkan Amka's place. He's back again too, after the thing with Merv Taser. He opened a new Mevlana grill in your neighbourhood. You walk past the manti in the microwave, see that a light is still on in the bedroom, loosen your tie, kiss your wife's green-creamed forehead, perhaps exchange a few words. Don't wake him. Don't worry. Then back into the hall. The wooden floor creaks under your feet. Black socks. After prison, you got yourself a whole drawer full of them. That is how an ordered life begins. You open the door at the end of the hall a crack. A shaft of light falls on a black tousled head at the end of the bed, the window above. You set one foot on the rug, one of the ones with roads and parks marked on it. Be careful not to slip on a car in the dark and break your neck, Metin. You sit on your youngest son's bed, one hand on the covers, and the other stroking his fingers. You imagine that he will sense your presence in his sleep. Even if there is another military coup tonight, even if they come tomorrow to take you away, even if, at this very moment, a friend of the man you killed breaks in through your son's window to avenge his old comrade, you are with your son. And as you think that, you hear him breathing softly. See the minarets outside behind the treetops rustling in the wind. The moon, the stars, everything is there. This image remains fixed in my mind for a moment, as though it were the last page in a children's book that we never read. But do you know what happens next? You look away from the night sky, back to your son's closed eyes, his small mouth, his child's nose, and briefly, just for a millisecond, you think of us.